Hello, welcome juniors to advisory. We will be covering in the following two advisories programming. During programming, counselors help students by giving you information and helping you pick classes for your senior year. That is why this presentation is called Rising Seniors Class of 2022. So this counseling presentation will be posted in the class of 2022 Google Classroom. If for whatever reason you are not part of this Google Classroom yet, you can access it by adding the code, by including the code, which is RHVKIR7, as you can see here below. Let's get started. Agenda. So this programming process is a three-part presentation. So today, for example, we will be covering counselor information, graduation requirements. We'll be reviewing your transcript and what you should look out for. We will also be reviewing course pathways and descriptions. In day 2, next advisory period, Wednesday, January 20th, you will enter next year's course selections into Aries, and I will be showing you how you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with your counselor, which is required in order to finalize your classes and make sure they are what you need to graduate. And this appointment window, you can make an appointment anytime between January 20th to January 29th. So it is very important that you attend all advisory periods so you don't miss out on any of this information. This is us, the guidance department. So in case you haven't met us yet, Miss Geist, there on the left, she helps students with last names A through GI. There is her contact information as well as all of our contact information. But my name is Mrs. Beas. I help students with last names GO through O, and Mr. Mendoza helps students last names P through Z. Other staff on campus that are here to support you. Miss Knight, she's our College and Career Center specialist. Miss Olamet, IB coordinator. Mr. Gonzalez, assistant principal, helps students with last names A through GI. Miss Wynn, assistant principal, assists students with last names GO through O. Miss Schubert, assistant principal, assists students with last names P through Z. Mr. Castaneda is our athletic director, and Miss Shembri is our activities director. Remind. So in case you are not part of your class of 2022 Remind group yet, this is the text and the number you would need to send a message to so you can be added into our Remind group. We, as the counseling department, send out some information about upcoming events or deadlines or opportunities you may be interested in that Miss Knight sends out. So this is a really good group to be a part of. Go ahead and do so if you haven't yet. You would text at A62736 to 81010. Before we get started with programming, you may have a lot of questions, but that's okay, even throughout this presentation. What I recommend that you do is take some notes. So jot down some questions you may want to bring to your counselor's attention or have any concerns about. During your one-on-one appointment with them, you can address these. Throughout this presentation, you'll notice, again, some blue clickable links. Use them. So wherever you see this little sign, it means you can click on that link to get more information. And you can pause this presentation later as you go through it to be able to use them. So these are just some things I wanted you to know before we proceed. College and graduation requirements. So to go through this, let's start by looking over here at the right side of this sheet. So we will first be covering your high school graduation requirements. So you need 3 years of social sciences to graduate. You need 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 years of science, 2 years of a world language in the same language, 1 year of a visual and performing art, 1 college prep elective, 2 years of a physical education or military science course, and it can be a combo. It can be PE and ROTC, or all PE, all ROTC. You need 1 year of a career technical education class, or you can do another year of a visual and performing art, and 20 general elective credits, which totals 220 credits that are required to graduate from Del Mar High School. As you can see on the right side here, these are college entrance requirements specifically for 4-year universities, such as San Jose State University, UCLA, California State University, East Bay, anything with a university after it. So specifically the California State or the Universities of California systems. Um, so these are their requirements, and they call them A through G because they cover these sections here. As you can see, kind of like what we require as well. The only difference is in order to fulfill these A through G requirements, you need to pass these classes with an A, a B, or a C only. If you were to get a D in, let's say, a social science class or a math class, you would need to recover that D to continue to be eligible, to continue to be A through G eligible for admissions. So as you can see here, what they require you to do, the college entrance requirements, are already pretty much what we require you to do to graduate from high school. They do have some differences in recommended courses though. So as you can see here, they do recommend a 4th year of math. It's not a requirement though, but it is recommended, which means it would make your application look really good and very strong. They do recommend a 3rd year of a world language. So these are just 2 to point out, and you can learn more here at graduation requirements. So now what we're going to do is we're going to access your transcript in Aries in 5 very easy steps. So follow along with me. Step 1, you're going to go to delmar.cuhsd.org, and then you're going to click on the Aries icon. You're going to see it at the top right of the page. Step 2, you're going to type in your student email address. So it should be your student ID number followed by @my.cuhsd.org. And then you're going to click next. In step 3, you're going to then click on the sign in with Google icon. Step 4, you're going to click on grades on the left blue bar of your screen. Once you do that, you will then click on transcripts. You did it. You found your transcript. So now that you're here, let's cover a few important things. The first thing we would like to cover with you is your weighted academic GPA from grades 10 to 12th grade. So as you can see that, you can find it here at the number 1. So it's this weighted GPA right here, for example. So this GPA here is what the 4-year universities will use for admissions. So it is weighted, which means that they take into account grade bumps that you've received by taking any an IB or an AP class. Next, we'd like to bring your attention over to the number 2. This GPA here, which is the non-weighted 10 through 12 GPA. This GPA indicates the non-weighted. So it doesn't take into account any grade bumps at all from any AP or IB classes that you've taken. And this is what the financial aid offices use to see if you are eligible for free money for college, such as Cal Grant. So this is the GPA that they look at, and it needs to be a 2.0 or better for free money for college. Next, let's bring your attention over to the number 3, where you'll be able to see the number of credits that you have completed. So there they are. How many credits should you have to graduate by the time you're finishing up your senior year? Remember, 220. And in number 4, Just to quickly point out that this is where you can find, what year you took these classes, what semester it was. So you'll be able to see grades, the credits that they're worth, and the credits that you actually completed and received. So every class a semester is worth 5 credits, unless you were a TA, that's only worth 2.5. Other things we'd like for you to review in your transcript are just to check for any mistakes that you may see. Do you have any I's for incompletes that you need to still take care of? Incompletes are usually taken care of within the first 6 weeks, um, or if not, they are then turned into an F. Do you know any D's or F's that you need to take care of? F's that you need the credits for graduation, or any D's that you're wanting to take care of to then be eligible for four-year university to apply? By now, you should have about 150 credits. And then, as we already covered, you reviewed your 10 through 12 GPA weighted and your 10 through 12 non-weighted GPA for free money for college. Credit recovery. So if you notice that you have some classes you need to recover for graduation purposes, you can do this through summer school. You can do this through Odysseyware, or you could do this through night school. So if there's something that you notice that you want to start recovering now in your junior year, talk to your counselor about it, write it down, and ask them what you can start to do. We will help you come up with a plan. Work experience. So work experience is an awesome class for students to start learning some adulting skills, such as workplace safety, budgeting, credit cards, taxes, loans, resume writing, how to be professional in the workplace. So you learn a lot of these really good skills in work experience, and you can get credits for working as well, depending on the number of hours that you complete. So if you're interested in this class and if you are already working or planning to get a job next year, let your counselor know and we can help get you signed up. This class only meets once a week on Thursdays. SVCTE. So SVCTE stands for Silicon Valley Career Technical Education. Why SVCTE? So if there's a career you've been thinking about, possibly here in the purple section, and you would like to get some hands-on experience and learn from industry experts and dive deep into the subjects, then this program is perfect for you. It's absolutely free, and you complete high school already knowing a lot of the basic skills required in these careers. So if you'd like to learn more, and if possibly you tried applying your junior year but didn't get in, try again your senior year. And you can click here to learn more. So write down SVCTE if it's something that you would like to discuss with your counselor. SAT and ACT testing. So this exam is only required for students who plan on going to a four-year university after they graduate from Del Mar. So the California State University system hasn't said or reached a resolution around your class of 2022 and whether or not you need to take this exam as part of their admissions requirement. So stay tuned. You can keep yourself informed by clicking on that link there and reading the latest news. The University of California system, however, has suspended this exam. So if you are interested in applying to a UC, you do not need to take the SAT or the ACT. It has been suspended until 2024. If you are a student who is planning to attend a private or out-of-state college, each private university or out-of-state college has their own rules and policies around SAT or ACT. So it's best that you check each of their websites to see what they are requiring. West Valley dual enrollment. So if you're a student who would like to learn what a college class looks like, this is an excellent opportunity for you. These classes are offered by West Valley, and they not only give you Del Mar High School credits, but you also get 3 units towards college credit as well. These are absolutely free, and they are offered in a wide range of class subjects that may possibly interest you. And we offer these classes in the fall and in the spring. So if you are interested, let your counselor know. Um, and we can give you more information about this for the fall of 2021. Um, this is an excellent opportunity for students to really get some insight into a college class. Other important reminders, especially for tomorrow, we will have the Can I Be For Me presentation/workshop where you can find out if you would like to take some IB classes next year. Stay tuned for IB and AP information night. It's going to be sometime in mid to late February. And this is also a very important date, April 2nd. April 2nd is your last day to request a drop or a switch of a class for your senior year. So this is why it is so important that you meet with your counselor during your one-on-one appointment to really find out if these are the classes that you'll need. So make that appointment. It's very important, but we will be reminding you of this April 2nd deadline to make any drops or switches. After April 2nd, no drops or switches are possible. So now we're going to go over the pathways of every subject area that you need to graduate. So in social studies, as you know, you need 3 years of social sciences to graduate. These include world history, US history, and government economics, or IB history of the Americas for 2 years in 11th and 12th grade. So find yourself on this chart, on this flow chart, and then look at the class to the right. Which one would you like to take? Usually for students who are in IB History of the Americas now, they will take it next year. If you're in US History now, then you will be in Government Economics. English. So as you know, you need 4 years of English to graduate. So if you are in IB Lang and Literature now, you can continue in IB Language and Literature. If you're in English 3, you can then select Expository Reading and Writing. 4 years of English required to graduate. Math. So you need 3 years of math to graduate. However, we would love for all of our students at Del Mar to take all 4 years of math. This way you are preparing yourself for a future career and college level math, because math will never go away, regardless of what career you choose to go into. So that being said, you can find yourself on this chart and then look at the right side. What class would you like to take next? 3 years of math are required to graduate. Science. 3 years of science are required to graduate. Physics, chemistry, and biology are the big 3. There are some students, though, who take IB Bio. You may be in IB Bio right now, so you can continue to take IB Bio next year. It is a 2-year course. For students who are in biology right now and would like to continue in a different science class, these are some IB science electives that you may enjoy. Some students may be taking an IB science class right now. If you take any of these science electives, they are considered a general elective or a college prep. World language. All students are required to take 2 years of a foreign language in the same language. So remember that 2 years are required for high school graduation. 3 years are recommended for the 4-year universities. Looks really good if you take 3 years. So this is kind of the flow chart for our world languages department. Again, 2 years of a world language in the same language are required. Physical education. 2 years of physical education, PE or ROTC, are required for graduation. This is a special program, so there are students who take it all 4 years. There are students who really enjoy PE and opt to take elective PE their junior and senior year. Other students met their PE requirement through either sports PE or marching band. but 2 years of PE are a requirement for graduation. We have some IB courses in the visual and performing arts areas. So as you can see in this chart here, if you have taken art, you can take IB art or IB art HL, which is a 2-year course. For students who enjoy music, there's also an IB music class you can take. And these IB music, IB art classes count also as general elective or college prep elective. Electives. So listen very carefully for this graduation requirement. All students at Del Mar High School are required 1 year of a visual and performing art course for graduation. That means that you would need to pick a class in the blue section here. So 1 year is required in the blue. So you can look right here under 12th grade. You can pick one of these. For the second year requirement, you can do again one of these in the blue, or you can pick from here, CTE. Remember that CTE course you also need for graduation, VAPA or CTE. So just to recap, you would need to do 2 in the blue, or 1 in the blue, 1 in the yellow. For students who are in these special programs, though, such as AVID all 4 years, ROTC all 4 years, or ASB leadership all 4 years, you do not need to do that second year requirement of a VAPA CTE. You would only need to do the 1 in the blue because this class has always taken up a space in your schedule. Other examples of a general elective or a college prep elective would be any of these here in the purple that are open to you as seniors, or you can pick from the blue and the yellow to meet that requirement as well. So again, just to recap, your choice. You get to pick 2 in the blue box, or 1 in the blue, 1 in the yellow, or if you're in a special program, then you don't need that second year. Del Mar course description. So you may be wondering, what am I signing up for? I wonder what this class is all about. So this is why we created this document here, which can help you learn about what the expectation is in the course and what you'll be learning. So click here, and this is what the document will look like. You can click on the various titles of the class that you may be interested in to learn more. Please remember, April 2nd is your last day to change your schedule. After April 2nd, there are no drops, no swaps for your senior year classes. So keep in touch with your counselor and make that appointment. I will show you how you can make an appointment in this next presentation next Wednesday during advisory. Some reminders about IB and AP classes. Students may not drop an IB class after April 2nd, 2021. IB and AP classes are more rigorous, so they do require for students to prep 1 to 2 hours of homework at night. Students in IB and AP classes are expected to take the exams in IB, AP. And students, just like in any other class at Del Mar, must follow Del Mar's academic honesty policy. Seal of biliteracy. So if you can meet any of if you complete all high school graduation requirements, and if you pass an IB language exam with a 4 or higher, or if you take an IB world language course and maintain a 3.0 GPA in all 4 years, you may be eligible for the Seal of Biliteracy. Seal of Biliteracy is a seal on your diploma that tells employers and universities that you not only know how to speak a second language, but you can read, write, speak, and listen in a second language. You must also maintain a 2.0 GPA in all English classes all 4 years at Del Mar High School. Thank you so much for listening and for learning all that has to do with programming for your senior year. It's such an important year. So we'll see you next Wednesday during advisory for part 2. And feel free to replay this video as needed. You will find everything posted in your Google Classroom. See you next Wednesday.